to all the Aviano middle high school students. My name is Logan. I graduated from there last year. I'm sure a few of you remember me. Aviano, it's a pretty fun place. Had some good teachers up there, good counselors. Shout out to Miss O'Brien. Also, my voice does not normally sound like this. I just have a cold, so sorry if it's a little hard to hear me, everybody. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And now I'm going to AUR, having a great time. Really fun school. Highly recommended. And my major is international relations, and it's a great program. I think the head of the program is Kedatelli. She is a really fantastic teacher, and a lot of good guests come by. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. My favorite class, Intro to International Relations, has been fascinating. Really a cool class. I've learned a lot. We have kind of a lot of class discussions, which are fun. I've really enjoyed that, but so far all my classes have been really good, and I really like them. So as an AUR student, what's kind of nice is once you get to college, it's not like high school because your schedule isn't so rigid. You get a lot of breaks, you're allowed to leave. So this is gonna change next semester, but for this semester, I have like 4 hours for lunch. I just kind of get to go out with my friends, hang out. AUR is kind of interesting because there aren't traditional dorms. So I just rented an apartment near the school. It's in a really cool neighborhood called Trastevere. Really cool place to kind of hang out, have fun. But like you get up, you take a beautiful walk to school, you enjoy your classes, and then you get to have a lot of free time. You get to hang out with your friends a lot, and the student body is really, really cool. So you have, every day you're with a different group of people, and you're kind of just exploring everything, and it's a blast. Outside of classes, I love to just explore Rome. I love to go to different neighborhoods with my friends. Like after classes are done today, I'm gonna go to the center and just kind of hang out there. It's kind of fun if you walk about 1.5 miles to the Pyramide subway station. You can just get on a subway train, go to any random stop, and it'll be really cool. We're pretty close to the Vatican. The Vatican's always fun. There's just a lot to do in Rome. And it's one of those cities where it's hard to be bored, and that's part of what I really love about going here is you get kind of free access to explore one of the most beautiful cities and one of the most laid-back cities, which is a lot of fun. The culture, it's a lot of fun. Everyone's really relaxed. Everyone's really chill. Like, as I'm sure the Aviano students know, the people in the north are a little more kind of quiet, closed off, reserved. That's not the way people are in Rome. In Rome, people are really fun, really open. Like you can just go to like a cafe or a bar and start talking to people, and usually they're really nice. And you meet a lot of Americans too, so if you want to meet Americans, there's this one bar everyone goes to called Scholars. You get to meet a lot of really cool people in Rome, and that's one of my favorite parts about living here. Relaxed. Obviously it's a college, so it's still somewhat academically rigorous. You still have to do your work, all that stuff. But the student body is really nice, fun, relaxed. The staff are really nice, really cool. And it's a place to very easily kind of feel at home for a college. And it's a smaller school. It is like 700 undergrads and usually about 1,000 semester abroad kids at any point. So it's kind of a community. And that's nice because like, I know probably I've been here a month. I started late. I didn't go to any of the freshman orientation stuff, any of that. Even starting late, I still know probably 50-60% of the resident students now, just because everyone's really nice and it's kind of a close community. So I really enjoy that about AUR, and I think that represents the school in a lot of ways too, because the students reflect the staff a lot, and the staff are very nice and understanding and good. Try to find an apartment before you get here. Try to get into student housing or find an apartment, because One thing about Rome is there's almost nothing for rent, and a lot of the times they will not rent to students, or they'll say they'll rent to students and back out literally at the last minute. So you really have to think about your housing beforehand. That's the biggest, I think, challenge when going to AUR is your housing. Another thing a lot of students get scared of is textbooks and paying for textbooks. AUR is not that dependent on textbooks. I had to buy one textbook for Italian. I think that was $30-40. Everything else, they're either online copies, the readings are out of academic journals or something that are free to access through the website. So you don't so much have to worry about that kind of thing. AUR is a lot of, honestly, just on the first day, show up with yourself, your backpack, notebook, a couple of pens, and a laptop, and you're set. Everything else will be explained to you. It's not super difficult to go find what you actually need for classes. And for some of my friends who've been going to school in the States, that's been a real issue. So that's one thing I wouldn't worry about is someone coming to AUR. Don't be scared to talk to the students at AUR. They're a really nice group of people. It's hard to find someone that you won't like at AUR. And like at first I was kind of shy, and then just as I started to get to know people, that led me into talking to more and more people, and I'm like, wow, this is a really cool, really nice group of people. And so you want to be very open when you get here, because the other students are very open too, and they'll appreciate that you're open, and they're all very nice, very kind. It doesn't have this sort of like, Aviano wasn't bad with this, but a lot of high schools are, and a lot of the students from Aviano I'm sure understand because they haven't gone to Aviano all 4 years. It isn't this high school thing of like closed off cliques and groups and all that. It's much more relaxed, much more open, and that's a really nice aspect about this school. And I have a lot of friends who are from Eastern Europe, a lot of Italian friends, some friends from the UK, the Netherlands, from Africa. You get like a very cool, interesting international combination of people, and it's cool because you're meeting these people in an environment where they all speak English. So you really kind of get to know them, and it's a really cool community, a lot of international students. That's a lot of fun. The campus is really beautiful, but it's a little bit smaller, so most people don't like hang out at the campus when they have free time. But there's so much in the area. Literally across the street, there's a really nice cafe that everyone goes to. There's another cafe down the street. There's an American style, like, home cooking restaurant that's really good. You go down the hill in any direction and you'll find really cool neighborhoods to hang out in. So it's kind of cool because not only do you get to live in Rome, in a way your campus is sort of Rome. It's like how NYU has, you aside from your classes, you don't spend a lot of time on campus just because you're in Rome and you get to experience it, and you're in a really cool part of Rome too. Like, you're not out in the middle of nowhere. I know Aviano plays a lot of sports games against high school here, MMRI, I think it's called, and they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. The students don't really get to experience Rome. So if you guys have experience talking to those students, you're not going to probably have the best impression of Rome just because those kids don't experience Rome. It's completely different going to AUR. It's really fun living here. A lot of fun.